Right guys, let's see if I remember how to do this. Hello and welcome to all my fellow transplant troopers out there. This is my first video for a very long time, guys, and I do apologize for that. I wholeheartedly apologize. It's been a tough few years for me since making my first initial few videos after my transplant recovery. I'm now back on a positive upward trend, which we hope, fingers crossed, continues. And since I've been gone, unbelievably, I've found out that I now have 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much to all of you who have subscribed. Thank you so much to all of you who have watched my videos. And I'm just getting back up to speed with how many comments there are on my channel as well, okay? I will go through all my videos and try my best to answer all of those for you in the coming few weeks, because I am going to become a lot more active back onto this channel, providing you with the videos that you all wanted to see in here, all about how I've been living with my transplant since December 2018. So I hope my videos have managed to provide you with lots of information about what happens after your kidney transplant, or even just if you are a CKD sufferer and you're looking for information that you could find useful in the future. And that's what this video is about today as well. Today is going to be about something that lots of you may have already done, some of you may be thinking about doing, and lots of you, including me, are scared of doing. So I'm going to be taking you along on my day today because I am getting my first COVID vaccine. Yes, first COVID vaccine. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't know as much as I would like to know about all that's been happening around the COVID vaccine. There hasn't been that much information about data on transplant patients and how they react to it, whether they need the first dose or the second dose as soon as it's possible, or how much effectiveness the first dose has by itself. So I'm going to be using myself, I suppose, as a walking, talking experiment just for you guys, okay? Hopefully you'll be able to see the side effects, if any, that I get from the COVID vaccine. I'm heading to the vaccine center today. I'm not sure how much they'll let me record inside, but I will take as many shots and as many videos as I can for you, just to give you all the information that you might need when going for your own vaccine. Right then, so let's go. So just on my way to get my vaccine. I'm feeling pretty good at the moment. My health has been actually in pretty good shape in the last few weeks, so that's good. I've got a little bit of a headache, but that's because I've been working on a computer for the last 2 weeks, 24/7. So hopefully it'll be quite easy to compare how I'm feeling now and compare how I'm feeling in a few hours or a few days time. Because right now I'm feeling actually pretty good, so we'll see what happens. So that's it, all done. Very quick. It's just like getting a normal flu vaccine. I was going to try and take some pictures and record inside for you, but there was nothing really special to see, to be honest, guys. It was just a waiting room. I was given a little number. My number was called. I walked into another little room. Doctors and nurses all there wearing face masks. Quite a lot of people there in terms of staff directing you around. It was really well organised at Central Middlesex Hospital here in London. And yeah, they asked me what arm I wanted in, whether I was suffering from any flu-like COVID symptoms in the past few days, and that was it really. I feel absolutely fine right now. It's been about 10 minutes since the jab. We'll see how, if any, side effects develop over the day, but other than that, as easy as I could have imagined. Nothing to worry about at all. So after I was given my jab, I simply just got a little card little COVID card just to say that I've been vaccinated. My first vaccine. On the back is just my name and the date that I got my first vaccine. You need to keep this with you so that they can sign it to say when you got your second vaccine as well. So you've got a nice little record of it. I think the next one's going to be scheduled, I think it's between 4 and 12 weeks from today. So hopefully that comes soon, because I know that obviously the effectiveness of the vaccine is increased after the second dose. So fingers crossed, second dose is coming soon as well. So a quick update for you guys. It's about 2 hours since I've had my jab. And my left arm, the top of my left arm is just numb now. It feels like it's got pins and needles, but to be fair, that probably happens when I had the flu jab as well and any other jab, so I don't think it's anything too different. I'll keep you updated and see if anything else happens. Right, so just about to head to bed now. My arm is pretty numb at the top, and where my shoulder is on my left arm I had the jab, but nothing else really. Don't really have a headache, don't feel that tired, haven't got any aches and pains yet, which is good. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. To take my 10 o'clock tablets now and catch up with you tomorrow. So it's now the morning after, and I'm feeling pretty good actually. My arm hurts where the jab went in. My shoulder hurts on my left hand side, and kind of like my left hand side of my torso is killing me a little bit as well. But other than that, I've got no headaches, other than headaches I've got from screen time, from working from home. I'm feeling tired, but I don't know if I'm feeling tired because I'm tired or because of the jab. So, you know, I slept well last night. It's been about 18 hours since I had the jab. Nothing really bad has happened, so that's good to know, I suppose. But I'll keep you updated and see what happens at the day. Cool. So it's now 6 o'clock later in the day, and yeah, not everything stayed cool. No, I started to have lots of pain around my stomach area, lots of pain on my shoulders. They're really hurting me. Like, the only way I can describe it is like body aches and pains, but to another level. So I literally was trying to do a bit of work on my laptop, just sitting on the couch, and I couldn't. I literally just couldn't. I had to stop, come and lay down, take some paracetamol, have a bite to eat, and just hope that the pain went away. Luckily the paracetamol did its job. About half an hour later, I didn't feel as much pain as I did when it first really set on. My jab site is still a bit sore on my arm, but that's probably just to be expected. But this other pain was really severe. It was really hurting me. I literally had to lie down. So yeah, that's, you know, it's been over 24 hours now since I had the jab, so maybe that's when things start to kick in. I have heard lots of people tell me that it was then 24 hours after that things started to get worse for them. So I'm hoping just to have a nice dinner, get a good sleep, wake up tomorrow morning, and I'll maybe give you one final update. I'm not sure. If I feel okay tomorrow, I think that's going to be the end of the video. If not, you know, I'll let you know how I do feel. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. So guys, this will be the final update. It's now 2 days, 48 hours since I had my jab. Luckily, the pain I was talking to you about has gone. That was really painful, like I said. Very strange pain, never had that before. But nothing else has continued, nothing else got worse. So that's pretty good actually. I mean, I have heard some pretty rough stories about people feeling sick, nauseous, not being able to sleep. Luckily, I didn't have any of those issues. I managed to sleep quite well, in fact, maybe because I was just so tired from the pain. I didn't have to take any more paracetamol to look after the pain afterwards. That was the only episode that I had. And yeah, other than that, like I said, I felt overall quite okay. So for me, my experience, I know this is going to be different for a lot of you out there, especially for, you know, people like us who have, you know, suppressed immune systems. We react differently in so many different scenarios. For me, it was absolutely fine, other than that pain. But, you know, it might be different for quite a lot of you. So before I do end this video, I'm going to hit you with some information, because I know you guys like that. So firstly, I don't think I mentioned this at the start of the video, or I might have, I can't remember. I had the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, as opposed to the Pfizer vaccine that some other people have been having. They are slightly different. There's lots of reports about the different effectiveness of them. I think it's been reported that the Pfizer vaccine can be up to 95% effective at stopping you from getting COVID. The Oxford AstraZeneca one has had a little bit of a less level of protection, but then I suppose for people like us with suppressed immune systems, we don't ever reach those top numbers anyway. So I know that I was told by my doctor that whatever the maximum protection will be, I won't be anywhere near that. But the fact that I am at least somewhat protected is a plus for me. It's definitely one of the reasons why I wanted to get the vaccine. When getting my vaccine, I didn't actually have a choice. It's not like they offered it to me like wine in a restaurant. It was literally, I showed up and it was on my card already that I was having the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, and yeah, it wasn't a choice. One thing that both of these vaccines have in common though is that they both require 2 jabs for you to maintain maximum effectiveness. I won't be having my jab for another 4 to 12 weeks. That's what it said on my card. I know that when the jabs were first handed out, they said within 2 weeks you need to have your second jab, and that slowly decreased and stretched out because the government want us all to have our first jab first. The first jab only offers limited protection. I think I was reading an article where it said that the first jab offers literally anywhere between 40 and 60% protection. So just because you've got your first jab doesn't mean you can go out and hug all your friends and relatives. I mean, you still need to stay safe, and definitely try to book your second jab as quickly as you can. So at the time of the recording of this video, there's quite a lot in the news at the moment about the South African COVID variant that's hit the UK. I don't think that many cases have been actually found. I think it's literally less than 500 cases at the moment. And then there's also lots of talk, of course, whether the new vaccines can protect from this new variant. We know that the new UK variant found in Kent was very, very dangerous, a lot more contagious, and scientific proof shows that it was more deadly as well. So to make sure that this South African variant doesn't run the same course, lots of tests have been done on the new variant. I've been reading quite a lot about this because obviously it's going to affect us quite a lot, and it does say that the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine I had offers limited protection from the South African variant. Like most things over the last 2 years, there just isn't enough data and research that has gone into all of this for us to have conclusive evidence or proof that it will make us safe or even unsafe. So I mean, it's a case of, you know, you just have to have something, I suppose, so that you are protected in a limited way, which is better than having nothing and, you know, catching this new variant, which could be as deadly as the UK one. And now to talk about a topic that is quite a sticky point amongst us CEV people, clinically extremely vulnerable people, is whether to even have the vaccine. So I've been reading lots of forums, and all over my social media there's been differing views, and it's true that, you know, it's not an easy choice to make, because even in December time during Christmas, when there were talk about the vaccine being rolled out in January, February, March, I was undecided. I was undecided because simply all the like I said before, the data, the research has happened in such a quick time. Okay, such a quick time. And specifically for transplant patients, there's been no data. No transplant patients were even in the largest study that they did for the vaccine. Out of 55, I think not 55, 400,000 people, there was no transplant patients. So how are we supposed to know exactly how our body is going to react to this vaccine? The simple answer is we don't know. We don't know. But it came down to, and it's not really a choice. It didn't come down to a choice. It came down to me just needing to have a vaccine, guys. I completely understand the view that you don't want the vaccine, you don't know what's going to happen to your health, you don't know how it's going to impact your long-term health, and whether it's going to be bad for you in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. You don't know if you're going to need a top-up every 3 months or 6 months. And I know that there are tons and tons of questions that you probably would like answers to, because that's exactly how I felt. But the fact is, there was no answer. There was no choice. I had to have it, especially for me. I'm a teacher. I work in a primary school. I work with 30 kids day in, day out in my class, as well as tons of other staff members and other kids around the school. So for me, I had to have a vaccine. It came down to not even being able to choose. In the same way I didn't get to choose which vaccine I got, I didn't get to choose whether I had a vaccine. I honestly felt like that choice wasn't mine. It wasn't a choice to make. hopefully for you guys out there, you do have a choice. If I could give you my advice, I would definitely say go and get a vaccine. It may not give you the 95% top protection or the 92% top protection, depending on what vaccine you get, but it gives you protection. And every single consultant, doctor, nurse, health physician I've spoken to has said, get the vaccine as soon as possible. No, it won't make my life go back to normal. I won't be running around to my friends and family's house that I haven't seen for 18 plus months, but it will give me a sense of ease, knowing that I'm somewhat protected, and it will allow me to do maybe a few more things without the mental stress of what might happen. So guys, thanks all so much for listening. I hope that you did find this video informative. It's my first one in a very, 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 very long time, but I thought I couldn't miss the opportunity to have my vaccine without showing you guys how it affected me, because I know that, like I've just spoken about, some of you haven't had your vaccine yet. Some of you are choosing not to have it because you don't know how it will affect you. In terms of the side effects from the first dose of my Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, you've seen how I've reacted. It's just been a rough 3 days, I should say, a bit of pain on the second day, but overall I felt a lot better than the other stories that I've heard about, like I said, people feeling sick and not being able to sleep. So yes, please, I will repeat my advice once again. I think it's very, very beneficial that we all go and get our vaccine. So if you do get your text or your consultant calling you, I would definitely advise you to grab your vaccine. Thank you all so much for listening. I will hopefully be able to bring out more videos for you this year. I am starting to get back into it, trying to look after myself. You might think, you know, I look a bit different compared to my last video. That's because I do, and I'll probably make a video about why that is as well. Okay, thanks all so much for listening. Hit that like button if you did find it informative, and subscribe to my channel if you think that you will benefit. Thanks so much guys, and I'll see you on the next video.